Good day, strategy gamers, and welcome back to episode 67 of our Let's Play series of Stalingrad to Berlin, Gary Grigsby's War in the East 2. In this episode, we find ourselves in July 15th, 1943, turn 35. We saw a number of counterattacks from the Axis in the last turn resolution, so we have some battles to recap as well. But for the most part, the episode's going to be spent in the northern half of our front, continuing our very aggressive march towards Berlin as we've now broken through south of Riga. And we're now going to be looking to do some encirclements, some movements deeper behind enemy lines, breaking out where we can, as well as starting to collapse in on Army Group North and really try to finish them off here as quickly as we can. So quite a bit to go through, and it's going to be good stuff, I think. Let's begin actually with some battle recaps of their counterattacks that they had. And we'll start here in this pocket, and right off the bat they did have a victory against two of our rifle divisions. Pretty much one-for-one losses, even though they had 96,000 men compared to our 17,000. And they also lost 9 of their armor. The armor is going to become less and less important for them, though, as they run out of fuel and supplies to effectively leverage their mechanized and motorized units. So they pushed us back out of that one hex there, and it was us trying to push and put pressure on the pocket so that way we could try to draw attention away from our attempt to cut off at the river Narva. They then continued on and attacked in a few other places. Here they were just unsuccessful. They didn't throw too much at it, just one infantry division. And then back here, they did a scouting attempt, then an actual attack where they lost about 400 men and 5 armor. Then they lost another 300 men and 3 armor. And finally another 400 men and 9 armor. And those armor were all pretty much Stug 3s and such. So they didn't get too far pushing up here. They did try to again press on the perimeter of Leningrad. So we see that we managed to hold our line here. They took much heavier losses. They lost 12 armor. And I think those were also Stugs based off the Stug battalion that infantry unit had. They attacked over here as well. Kind of a similar story. They lost 200 men. So they only had 1 success out of their 6 or 7 attacks, and none of them were really terribly effective, because at the end of the day, they need a lot better than 1-to-1 losses, or worse than 1-to-1 losses, to make any type of impact. I mean, effectively, as many attempts as they might make, they are rather finished. It's just a question of how long can they prolong our eliminating of them off the map to then reallocate all of these armies towards... I mean, when we get these armies going south towards Germany, they are just in so much trouble. Unfortunately, by the time we finish up Army Group North and relocate them to the front, we're probably going to be hitting winter of 1943. And that's really going to probably slow us down, meaning it won't be until the spring of 1944 that a lot of these armies are supplied and in position to make big impacts there on that front. But looking at this situation as we have it now, I think one of the first areas we're going to focus on is how can we cut off at the river Narva here. So we're going to take, probably from back here, like this rifle division, and we're going to bring this all the way north, right? Just push it as hard as we can to get up there. We can take this unit off refit. They're not quite able to make it up there, but we can at least get here. These guys can make it, though. So even though they brought in some units here to these hexes, they weren't able to get them across the peninsula. I don't know if that technically geographically be called a peninsula, but this this bottleneck, let's just use the term bottleneck. They weren't able to quite get them there reinforced. So I'm just going to look now at units that probably have the most movement points to try to get up there and defend those hexes. So I really don't want to run these units into the ground, but I'm not seeing too many options. So we'll take this Rifle Corps North. So that gets us up to 78 defensive value. That's going to be more than enough to hold that area. And we'll take this rifle corps here too. So then at minimum we know we have these 2 units preventing any of these units from escaping towards Tallinn. And that's important because Tallinn is really where they're going to have their source of supply. Now we can look at the rest of the map and see how we want to start closing in on their forces. And I think what we want to do is kind of push this way. Take this rifle corps up here. We'll take this rifle division here. Take that rifle division there as well. Gets us up to 12. Bring these guys up here. This rifle brigade I'm going to send west, as that's actually where their army is located anyway, so we get them closer to their HQ. And then a lot of these forces we're just going to take north here as we press in and start closing in on their forces. This is looking quite good. Just take this entire stack forward here. And we'll take, this is part of the 27th Army, so we're going to take them north here. 27th Army, you can go up there. Alright. Let's start moving forward. These guys too. Gets us up to 14. 27th Army. Move them up here. 31st Army. I think we will have you come here to help. I'm going to take both of these rifle divisions forward. I'm going to set them both on reserve in case they do try to counterattack out here. Bring you forward. Right, we can start bringing these units up. We're getting into some really good terrain too, so that allows us to move forward and have these heavy woods as some defensive cover. So that's really good news. Over here, we're going to continue with this encirclement, I think. These guys can take you off refit, certainly. This rifle division. I want to bring you here, I think. I'm getting you away from your army, I know that, but just need some cover here. I'll take that HQ over here. Take the 376 Rifle Division forward here. Move forward this rifle corps. Yeah, you know, we can really start looking at advancing here now. Take both of these units forward. These guys come up. Not quite as strong as I would like there, so let's see if we can't get the 115th. Come up to that hex. That's good. You here. Go there. Alright. Making some good progress here. Take the 111th and the 198th, I think, forward. And then let's take this stack and move them up. Ooh, that only gets us to 9. I wish that would be larger, but I think it'll be okay. We'll just preemptively bring some of these forces over here and around. Now, can I take this rifle division, which was here? I'm going to bring them up to try to prevent them from cutting off this rifle corps that we have, the first rifle corps. I think this guards rifle division, let's get them routed around here. And then we can take up this rifle division. Oh, they're unready. Shoot. That's not very good. You make it there? You can. Gets us to 13. And we'll take you as well. Gets us to 20. So 20 should be enough. Here I think we might just need to pull back by 1 hex. So the terrain here is clear, so this puts us in a bit of a predicament. Because if I take this rifle core off of this hex, the real big boost we get to its defensive value is it's sitting on rough terrain, right? So sitting in the hills is the best way to describe it. But I think we have to look at bringing it back now, because it's about to be cut off, which is just kind of a useless thing for us to let happen considering our overwhelming advantage we have at the moment. And I may say even, do we go back further than that? I think we will. Yes, we're going to take this rifle core back another hex. Move this guy over here. This guy can come over here. There we go. So we'll concede that. We'll let them have that. Go ahead and attack here. Oh, they had... I should have known they'd have units committed to defense. Yeah, so that obviously didn't work, but I don't think we lost too much there. I think we might wait another turn on Novgorod, because really quite quickly this is going to be out of range for them to get any type of resupply. I don't know if I can see where that's coming from. I don't think I can. But yeah, I mean, the number of airfields they have that will be in range of this by next turn is going to be significantly fewer, and after that, they're going to be looking probably at running resupply missions here to these units, not to Novgorod. So instead of wasting men on it, I'm just going to wait. I mean, that is 2 full infantry divisions. It's not just that they're over 100 defensive value, they're almost at 200 defensive value. And it's not like I have tank corps or anything like that with heavy armor there that can really try to push through, right? So here, this northwestern front, I'm going to move them up to Peskov, and with that we'll move the 6th Air Army HQ. Back here, just have really a number of HQs probably to reposition. Take you up here. This artillery, want to bring you up here because we'll eventually need you. That HQ is actually doing okay. You're fine. Back here, you're still in position, so that's all really good. So now we can take a look at advancing here towards Tallinn. These units we were bringing up, okay. So, yeah, let's just start advancing kind of as much as we can here. A lot of these units are really kind of weak. They have no combat prep. So, I mean, they're just not in the best of condition. So what we're going to do is try to, as much as possible, right, go around their forces, kind of encircle them. I think we'll take you over here. You can come up north. So, I mean, there's no way for them to get past this, which really isn't too much of a threat to us right now. And then we'll bring up this rifle division. Then by next turn, should have brought them over here. We can still do that though. So by the next turn, these 2 units will allow us to attack this unit in case they haven't quite yet retreated. And over here, we're just going to keep our advance going. So let's see. We can come up there. Captured that airbase too, so that's nice. Onward we march. Could aggressively go there, but considering they have that in the reserve, I don't know that I want to. So we'll just bring you here for now. Start having some of these forces go a little west just to make sure we have enough pressure collapsing in on Tallinn. This mechanized unit. Now I'm going to get real aggressive with them. I'm going to bring them up here to the city. It doesn't look like they have anything there. So next turn I might be able to get there. These two HQs we're just both going to bring forward. Alright, that's looking good. It's looking real good. Now we move south in and around Riga here, right? And this is where we had a number of breakouts, but now we do need to start looking at kind of developing that defensive line a little bit more so. And then we had some battle reports here probably to look at. So they did push us back here. But then ultimately they ended up retreating, right? Because we tried to close off this little pocket where they had units. They had the 12th Panzer up here. Looks like they probably got the 12th Panzer out. So we weren't able to cut off this in time. So they probably pushed us up to try to get us out of zone of control. Over here they probably did something similar, it looks like. Here they were successful because it was just against a rifle brigade. These two rifle brigades just weren't enough to go up against a full infantry division that also had a heavy Panzerjäger battalion and Stug battalion attached to them. Looking over here, we actually see we had pushed way down here, south in and behind this pocket, and they were really successful in cutting that unit off. So you see here that we had this tank corps retreat it, this motorized brigade rout it. We lost 4,000 men, 85 armor. I mean, that is a huge loss that we suffered. And then up here, we again took more damage, 3,600 men, 200 armor lost. Just devastating there. That's absolutely devastating. And we look now at, for example, that motorized brigade, and they are just, they're hurting. They're really hurting. So now what I got to do is figure out, okay, how do we want to try to reconnect with this unit? I think one of the first things I'm going to do is probably bring down this rifle corps here, right? And then I'm going to take something like this rifle brigade south here. It's an airborne division, come down here. We use the rifle brigade to go into this swamp hex. So now we're pretty much okay, right? Because this unit will be back and connected in the supply next turn. They were already actually at 40%, which is not a horrible situation. And again, one of the key things when we did this maneuver previously was we cut off this double-sided rail line as well. Although they were just trying to evac this pocket anyways. So overall, things are looking pretty good there. I know we kind of skipped over this part, but that's fine because this is the priority. So we're going to keep looking here for a minute. And what I want to actually do is see if I can't push this unit back. Because I don't necessarily know that I'm done with trying to cut off here. So let's attack right here. Defensive value of 1, rout at them pretty easily. What I'm wondering now is, can I take these mechanized units? Do they have enough maybe to connect? Doesn't look like they do. This tank corps can get down here. So what if I go here, really I need to push this guy back too. That's what that's coming down to. So let's see if we can't get that accomplished. Oh, they managed to hold. They had a brigade come in and help, and that's probably what turned the tide. Okay. Maybe I can get this unit down here, though. Yeah, let's bring this rifle corps up. Aha, this mechanized unit. And actually, I'm going to use you to push even further forward here. You're going to go all the way down here. Perfect. This rifle brigade will come south. This motorized battalion can come down here. And then we can come here. We can have this unit really encircled. But this army, the 4th Army, is just going to continue straight on down here towards Vilnius. Right, we're just going to keep pressing forward here. Excellent. So this unit will then be isolated, and the next turn they'll end up probably just surrendering when we attack. Good stuff. Take you off reserve though. Okay. So that deals with this section of the front. And then we look over here and let's see. I think I might take the 3rd Shock Army. No, I don't think it'll be the 3rd Shock Army. Maybe the 4th Guards Army. We've already got units down there too, though. The 43rd Army's pushing this way. So let's actually real quick do this to keep the 43rd Army together. So let's start bringing them south here. So you can march all the way down here. So then we keep those guys all put together. You're also part of the 43rd Army, but you're in a refit status. So just get you up here. This entire stack is all 43rd Army, my goodness. So we'll have you all come south here. The 3rd Shock Army, we're going to go ahead and attack here. So they retreat it. You guys come south and we'll have you attack too. They retreat it as expected. Okay. You're part of the 43rd Army as well. Goodness. So just to... we'll just have you come up here and then we'll reassign you to a different army. So you can go in the 4th Guards Army, might make sense. Let's do 4th Guards Army. Now I gotta think about what I have up here. 5th Guards Tank Army. 2nd Tank Army. 2nd Tank Army. Oh boy, gotta fix this real quick here. You can go your rifle corps, so you can go to the 2nd Shock Army. 2nd Shock Army can come quite a bit forward here. Let me bring some of these HQs forward. Those are all the fronts, so that's actually okay. You can come up here. And I'm going to end up splitting here a couple of my armies, but we're going to take this Rifle Division north to hold that hex. This Rifle Division goes here. This Tank Corps goes here. Oh. 5th Panzer. Yikes. So we're going to pull you back, pull you up here. Yeah, yikes. Boy, we can cut them off though. But that can't be the focus right now. We'll keep going where we have the advantage here. So looking at that, let's move these 2 tank corps forward. Attack here. I think I made a bit of a mistake here with my organization, but we'll attack here too. So that retreat at them. push you forward. Have the 14th Tank Corps come up here. 21st Tank Corps is going to go down here. Right, so now we're going to try to threaten that 5th Panzer to get them cut off. I don't know that we'll actually be successful in the maneuver, but we're going to try to get them thinking that they're about to be cut off. This rifle division with the 4th Guards, I'm actually going to bring them back here, I think. Just as an extra defensive measure against some type of counterattack if any persists. And let's see, you're all part of the 4th Guards. I don't think I'm going to move you forward, I think I'm going to let you stay there. I think the path forward is going to be over here. So we'll use you to attack. Okay, so we retreat at them. So now this unit's going to feel much more threatened. I'm just going to attack them now, I think. Yep, retreat at them. Good. Okay. So we've got this little breakout being attempted here with the 2nd Tank Army and the 1st Tank Army. It actually looks like some of you can maybe keep going forward. Yeah, let's do this. So we took the 17th Tank Corps Depot. Move you forward. Yeah, let's try to keep pressing this actually, because I can always take infantry units here and try to hold that. Right, so we'll take let's take the 214th over here. Also take the 173rd. I take that 381st down too, I don't know. I think we'll leave that. I have more of a gap here than I wanted. I shouldn't have gone into this hex. I was thinking maybe the city might have given us more defensive value than going through the woods, but it did not. But now, right, this is going to trigger all of these guys to go, oh no, our fate will be the same as Army Group North if this continues, right? Now I think they can probably break through with the 5th Panzer and the 75th Infantry, but I don't know that they're going to have enough supplies, movement points, all of these things to get all of these units out. And really what I don't want to do is I don't want to have this fight where they're getting dug into this really good terrain, fortification level 1s, etc. And I have to try to hex by hex slog through in this direction that doesn't get me any closer to Germany. I want to try to cut them off, and that's what we're doing here. This unit, I think I might, again, just to continue... Oh, actually, no. This mechanized unit we're going to bring down here. Yes. Yes, that's much better. And we will bring you over here. Yeah, that's much better. Good, good, good. So, I think that does it for everything kind of south of Riga. I've got my rail repair guy. I think we can start looking at these and start getting some of these rail lines going. Question is, we'll do this one, and I think we'll go south here. Okay, so that takes care of him. And then do I continue? I think I continue this way. think that makes the most sense. Yeah, we're gonna go through here, get all of these repaired. Yep, so that's looking good. The next turn I can get this entire pocket repaired. And then we'll have this guy go over here. This guy can maybe go back and finish up a bunch of this stuff. I think that's good. That's gonna work. So we left off then over in this section. Already had a few attacks here. I think I'll keep hitting them where their line's weak. So attack here. Get that retreat at them. Kinda want to attack here too. Infantry division is committed, so we won't break through. Okay. Down here, right, we have an opportunity to keep breaking towards Minsk. So let's see. It's going to be a little aggressive, but let's see if we can't push through here. It's tough. That fortification level 2 is going to make this really tough. But if I can move this unit, then that's going to let that guards unit really have free reign south. Yeah, infantry division committed. No way we make it. Okay. But now we know that there's an infantry division right there, which is really good intel for us. So what we're going to do is take this unit south. We'll have them attack here. So that pushes them back quite easily. And then let's see if I can't circle this Panzer division. Because that would be fun. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to encircle it. Mostly because of the 10th Panzer Grenadier Division. But we're at the very least giving them something serious to think about. Debating if I want to attack it regardless here. And get that rifle division to come help too. Could take this tank corps forward. Oh. This tank corps. So what happens if I sit there? 11. 11's not bad. We can do stuff with 11 defensive value. And then let's also toss this cavalry corps there. Alright. Now we're talking. So that unit is now isolated. The question is, can we fill in this gap right here? They're probably going to attack. That's 33 versus our 34. It's not going to be enough for them. It will give us some trouble. We're going to have to move some units here. That rifle division 2. And take this cavalry corps, or the mechanized. I think we take the mechanized. That gets us up to 20. And let's see what we can attach, if anything, here. We need more support units, we really do. Tank regiment's already attached, tank brigade's already attached. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be tough for them to fight out of that now. I've completely just killed our entire defensive line here, but that's a different problem that now we get to tackle. So bring this rifle brigade over here. It's not much, but it's something. And then right here is the only spot left in the line where we're kind of open. And what we'll do is we'll take this tank corps south here, because that's right next to the army they're assigned to anyways. So that gets us 12. So again, we are whole on our defensive line as we push towards Minsk. See, everything's just fine. Now over here we actually had some luck with some breakouts in the previous turns. I don't think we saw any counterattacks in this section. In the Axis player. No, none at all. They continue to resupply this town here. we're letting our units rest for another turn or two, kind of on the perimeter, build up that combat prep and help. And yeah, we'll get them. Don't worry, we'll get them. They can't air resupply them forever here. We look at this, and there's not that many aircraft that are going here. Here they sent 2 and they lost 2. Here they sent 11 and they lost 2. Here they sent 63 and they lost 8. Right, so that's not sustainable. So that's the good news for us. This rail, let's just take care of this real quick. We'll do this rail work. This double-sided rail line is really the key as we look towards pushing on Minsk, so we're going to repair that first. Right, so we get that repaired. Then there's another one going south here that we'll tackle, and then we'll get this crossroad here. So that's all good. This really is hurting us in terms of supply, though, having this still occupied by them. Okay. Looking over here, the question is, how do I want to try to break through with these units? And I think I want to come down here and attack through here. So that retreated them. Then we'll take this tank corps here. Bring up this rifle brigade. Them attack. Cavalry division was committed, so that'll stop us. Okay. That's fair. I think we can probably bring you forward. Then over here, let's take this rifle corps south. So it doesn't look like they have much there. Let's attack. Alright, so we retreated elements of the 32nd Infantry Division. Now we can take these 2 motorized brigades and bring them forward. And let's attack while we're on the front foot. So we routed them. They lost 2,300 men. There we go. And then we can take this rifle division south. This rifle corps. Oh, can he actually make it to that hex if we move that? Don't know if he could. It's a bit tough. But on this side anyways is where his army's at. So I think we're going to take this rifle corps and reposition anyways. Let's bring it down here. And we will attack south. Artillery division was committed. That won't be enough to stop us. Oh, maybe it was. Really? Really? Let's do that again. Oh, nope. Here. This guy's unready. Didn't see that. It's a little surprising. Oh my goodness. You are not in any condition to be on the front line. Get your butt back there. Okay, that explains a lot of that. Now over here, again, we're going to keep kind of repositioning some of these units because I want to push towards Minsk, right? I don't want to push to this open area that has no strategic value to us. So we'll bring you south over here. And then you'll be good to go for the next turn. This rifle corps, we'll just bring them forward for now. This mechanized battalion can come up here. I think this rifle division we can probably move forward. Yeah, we can start pressing here. They had some strong units here, but it looks like they've evac'd most of them. So now we're going to go on the front foot, and we're going to attack elements here of the 27th Panzer Division. Another element of the... Oh, 4th SS Panzer Grenadier Division is committed. That'll stop us. Okay. Here we'll take these forces and attack south. Grossdeutschland Panzer Grenadier Division is committed. Goodness. At least we know where it is, though. Let's do it again. There we go. Routed them. They lost 2,100 men. That's the result we needed. Over here, I think I'm going to take this tank corps forward. And then we can take this rifle division south, I think. That's a little tough now. So let's take these 2 rifle divisions here. Help defend that Hex 10. Yeah, we should be okay. Should be okay. HQs, I think, are still in pretty good spots here. Can move you a little forward. You're fine. Still have units over here. Okay. Looking over here, we'll keep pressing where we can. Mountain Division was committed. I guess that was enough to stop us. So now we're going to take both hexes and attack. So they lost their fortification level. Let's bring you south and attack. Ah, 7th Panzer, come on. My goodness. My goodness. Okay, very well. I want to kind of take this town. So I actually wonder if this isn't where they're flying their air resupply from. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Can I get... So if I move you here, what does that look like? 20,000 men surrounded by the 11th Panzer Division, the 46th Infantry Division, and the Grossdeutschland Panzer Grenadier Division. That seems like a trap to me, so we're not going to do that. It seems like a trap. We can keep going here, though. Could keep trying that. But we won't, because here they... I am so happy that they have devoted so many resources to defending, like, this worthless part of the front that's in the middle of nowhere between Kiev, Smolensk, Oryol, and Minsk. Like, this is fantastic that all of these valuable assets are just stuck here statically. So we're not going to press them. We're not going to fall for that anymore. We got too aggressive in some areas, but we're going to just leave it be for now. Like, here's some of these units on refit. You're fine, stay in refit. Over here around Oryol. What do we want to do around Oryol? I think around Oryol our focus should still be on trying to collapse this flank as we push towards Kursk. I think that makes the most sense. So how do we go about doing that? It seems like this straight line south here. So let's do this. Let's attack here. They had a unit committed to defense, but it won't be enough. Yeah, routed them. Okay. So that was a success. So now I can take this rifle corps south here. Right. Then we're going to take this rifle division, which was on refit, and bring them forward to take their spot in the line. So the next turn, this unit's under threat from us. I think that's good. We can take this rifle corps forward too. Or that was a rifle division, sorry, not a rifle corps. Then over here we can keep pushing south. I'm going to go this way, west, right, because this threatens us into open ground, whereas if we attacked east, they still have this defensive line where they'll feel safe. So we're going to try to open it up going west. Yeah, retreat at them. Good stuff. We'll take these guys and attack here too. Got a depot as well. That's always nice. Route at them too, just like bonus points. Excellent. Let's take you here and have you attack right away. Yeah, it wasn't enough to break through there. So let's take this rifle division here. Have you attack. That was enough to rout you. Good. I'm now approaching city here. We'll take this rifle division up. Take this tank corps here. The tank corps is going to attack this element of the 6th Panzer. Yep, retreat at them. Look at that. Element of the 6th Panzer only had 5 armor. That's crazy. Over here, I'm going to take this rifle corps this direction and attack. Don't have enough to do that, so that's fine. Yeah, we're going to actually use these. Well, no, you can stay here. That's fine. Or actually, no, you can come over here. And then we'll take this rifle division north to take that spot in the line. Let's keep attacking south of Kursk here. Infantry division was committed. Romanian mountain division was committed. So they managed to hold on. Gonna attack again. Another infantry division committed. So they held on once again. Okay. Let's try attacking centrally to Kursk. And we were successful. So move these units forward. Here this rifle division can come up. I'm going to set you to reserve. That's good stuff. Over here, right, we need to, you know, actually before we get south of Kursk, I think we're going to call the episode here, and then we'll finish it all up in episode 68 for turn 35. You look at the map and my goodness, we've had another turn of taking a lot of territory. Army Group North situation, we're collapsing that pocket. I feel very well. A little disappointed we didn't get to Tallinn this turn, but we're just 1 hex away. It's looking good. Doesn't look like they have any type of fortifications there. So we'll take that very shortly, and then that cuts off all resupply that these units have. In the south here in Riga, really threatening. This peninsula that's sitting here to the west of Riga. And then, I mean, just look at this potential open ground as we march towards Königsberg. It's looking really good, guys. This is looking really good. So, as always, thank you so much for your support of the channel, the Gary Grigsby series, of course, such a fantastic collection to have in this niche genre. And yeah, can't say thank you enough, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please toss them in the comments section below. But as always, Tragic Gamers, hoping you have yourselves an excellent day. Bye now.